Hello, Prescott Valley. Bob Tyser here, your Chief of Police, back again for Chiefs Chat. Today we have two special members of our organization from Prescott Valley's finest. They are out of our crime prevention unit, and they are professional staff members. Therefore, they're non-sworn, and we're going to talk a little bit with Traces and Bob today. So, good afternoon. Great to see you both.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chief.
All right, awesome. So, as we were talking, and we wanted to share with the community today a little bit about what you do. We have a little bit of time. I think we'll probably have to do it in more than one segment because you do so much for the department. Traces, you're the supervisor of the unit. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the work that you do as an overview in crime prevention?
Well, we manage a lot of different areas of crime prevention. We do recruiting and backgrounds. We do media. All the media comes out of our unit for the department. We also do the Block Watch program and numerous events such as Puente de la Comunidad, Badges and Bobbers, National Night Out, and fraud scam presentations, and just numerous items that we do community outreach.
That's a lot right there. So let's focus on a couple of them. Why don't we start a little bit on community outreach? There's more than just you two in the unit, right?
Yes.
There's a couple other members of the organization?
We have 3 more members in our team.
That's great. And it's awesome to have all 5 of you supporting the community of nearly 50,000 people, and not only that, but getting out on social media, right, worldwide?
Yes.
That's very important. So let's focus a little bit on what you do as far as community outreach in your work group, and why do you do that?
Well, we think it's important to educate the public and help themselves not to be victims. We actually have a class coming up that is called Refuse to be a Victim, and it filled up in 4 hours, so
Wow.
we had to schedule a second one. So we're looking forward to that. And Bob, did you want to chime in on?
Well, yeah, we are so involved with the community and the community. Like today, we were just out at the Early Bird Lions Club talking to them about badges and bobbers. They wanted to know a little bit about scams and what we do with the current scam things that are going on, such as the Publishers Clearinghouse. You've won $1 million, just send us $4,000 in gift cards, that sort of thing like that. So we also do Coffee with a Cop. Hopefully you've been to Coffee with a Cop or coming soon. And we have Cops and Kids, where we go to eat lunch with children at the elementary schools in the area. And gosh, we got Teen Table that we go over to the Prescott Public Library and set up, talk to teens and have some handouts for them. We have Police Academy, Youth Academy. We're working on the Hispanic Community Academy that I think will be great. We also do bike rodeos, and I myself do car seat checks and things like that. And we're just involved we have our fingers in just about every pie.
No kidding. I mean, you really talked about from school-age children to teenagers to senior citizens, everybody in between, right?
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
And upcoming on Monday the 6th, we're going to be giving a fraud presentation over at the Landings. Start at 9 a.m., last about an hour, and I'm sure you can go ahead and sign up with that. Just give us a call if you're going to be there.
That's great. Appreciate that. And Bob mentioned Coffee with a Cop. We spread those out around every month around the community, and that's a great opportunity for each of you to come in and meet with members of the organization, including myself. I'm always available there. I like to drink coffee, like to interact with the public, so you don't have to schedule an appointment. You can just come and find myself or one of the members of the organization, and we're glad to visit with you and answer any questions you have. Can the public also call you on the phone with just questions on crime prevention?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we have a community outreach line. If you dial our 772-9261 phone number, we're extension 5. You can leave us a message and we'll call you back. And I encourage people to do that, especially if you have some question about a fraud scheme or anything like that. I think that's very important.
Yeah, that's great. I know these folks have awesome information to share with you. I've had, just in the last 2 days, I've had 3 calls on my cell phone and they're fraudulent calls. So obviously I hang up and I block them and move on, but that's good advice, right? Is that something you should do?
Absolutely, yeah. Don't answer the phone if you don't know what it is.
Just block it out.
That's right, sir, yes.
Awesome. Well,
If it's important, they'll leave you a message.
Yeah, exactly. They don't tend to do that.
No.
They just hang up. All right, media relations. I know The community hears a lot about media relations out of our department. It's in the Daily Courier. Almost daily you see something coming out of the police department. Why do we do that? Why do you spend so much time with media relations?
Well, like I mentioned a few moments ago, a large part of it is public education. We're trying to warn the public, like on some of these online scams. The dating one is a horrible scam. And anytime anyone says, please send me money via gift cards, it's a scam.
Okay.
No legitimate business will do that. So we try and educate our public. We also like to keep them informed about what's going on within the department and the community, and also, you know, if there's a crime and they see lots of police cars, they like to know what happened.
Right. Transparency is really important, correct?
Absolutely.
And we're all about that. Awesome. Let's talk a little bit about Block Watch and neighbors. You know, why do we put so many efforts into putting it out to our neighborhoods to communicate, to get to know each other? Why do we do that? Isn't that the police's job?
We're not always there, though, are we?
We're not.
we're
They're
not.
the eyes
Our
and
neighbors
ears.
are probably our best crime prevention tool.
Perfect.
When you start watching for each other and working together, definitely you're going to prevent crime and see what's going on in your neighborhood. If you see something out of place, something that doesn't fit, call.
So you have the information, resources to help with neighbors starting their Block Watches?
Absolutely. Just call the number that Bob had mentioned earlier, 772-9261, extension number 5. Leave us a message if you're interested in starting a Block Watch, and we'll walk you right through it. It's very simple, and it's a great program. I've worked on it for the past 14 years.
Wow. And it's really about neighbors knowing neighbors, right? If they know each
Exactly.
other, then they're taking care of what's going on in their block, right? They're typically
Absolutely.
not calling the police department because they are looking out for each other. Is that correct?
Yes.
Absolutely, and it does keep people away. When you see that Block Watch sign in the window or on your street, the crooks know, hey, I might want to go somewhere else.
Right. Let's move them out. We don't want them in our community. We don't want people committing property crimes or crimes against people in our community. Right?
Absolutely, sir.
That's awesome. So with Block Watch, talk a little bit about National Night Out. Now, it's 1st of February right now. National Night Out's coming out this summer. We got plenty of time to sign up, become members of a Block Watch. How does that work with this National Night Out that the public may have heard about?
I'll let you take that one.
Okay, well, National Night Out is the first Tuesday in August. This year it is August 1st. It is basically the Super Bowl of crime prevention. So all the Block Watch groups host their individual parties, and we come visit their parties, eat their food, drink their sodas, and answer their questions, visit, and it's just a great time. And we really encourage all the Block Watch groups to participate. It's free, and if they need information, if they need flyers, if they need giveaways, we can provide that for their groups. And hopefully they'll register their parties so we know to come by and visit. Police and fire will be out, the canines will be out, traffic officers, everybody's out that night. It's a great event.
It is a great event. I've been going to them for years. And so for the public, we get officers or professional staff members from the organization to every party that occurs. So if we have 30 parties going on in the town, we'll make sure we get at least 30 representatives from the department. Now, obviously, as the chief of police, I can't get to every one, so I got to pick and choose which ones I go to. And for those of you listening, if you have homemade ice cream, you're going to get me at your Block Watch party. I'm going for sure. That's it. Nothing else. There's barbecue, there's all kinds of good things, but homemade ice creams will get me there.
And I neglected to mention also that the town manager is out, and town personnel, the council members are out as well.
That's awesome, and I know they're super supportive of the organization and
Yes.
our neighbors as well too. So that's really great stuff. Citizens Academy, I think you mentioned a little bit about that, and Youth Academy. Can you spend just a couple minutes talking about that?
What we do in the Citizens Academy and Youth Academy is we want you, the citizen of our town, to know what a police officer does. All aspects of the police department are covered. We even invite outside speakers like the county attorney to cover their part of the criminal justice system. So if you come, you're going to be surprised at how many different things are in the police department and how many different things our officers do and how they do it. And they're exceptionally well at what they do. That's why I work here, because we have great officers. and but we'll cover everything. We'll take you down to our Northern Arizona Regional Training Academy, and we'll run you through VirTra so that you know what it is when someone's coming at you with a knife or a gun. What are you going to do? How do you feel? What happens? What's that feeling in there? We'll have our traffic officers come in and talk about traffic and traffic enforcement. We have our investigators, our detectives come in, talk about what they are investigating and the things that they do and how they investigate crimes. It's just a wonderful opportunity to learn about the police department. And we do that for both the Teen Academy and the Citizens Academy, which are for our adults. For the Teen Academy, it's 1 week long. Well, I don't think we've chosen a date yet for that, but soon we'll have that date out. And usually we run our Citizens Academy from August until October. It's normally a 10-week commitment, 3 hours a week from 6 to 9. And our officers will be there with you and enjoying every minute of it. They love to come. And our Hispanic Academy that we're putting together, we think that might be in March or April, May. We haven't set a date yet.
We just adjusted the dates, so.
Yeah, so we're fiddling with the date on that, but we'll get that out to you in the news on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as the local news like Alianza News and things like that. So they're a great opportunity for you to learn about the police department, how we operate, and I think that's important.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, citizen academies are awesome, youth academies are awesome, and what Bob's talking about is having the exact same format of our citizen academy, but in Spanish, so we reach other diverse groups in our community through that language, spoken language. So I'm super excited to hear when that comes to fruition. It's going to be, from my understanding, one of the first in Northern Arizona to do a citizen academy in Spanish.
Very few places in Arizona have any Hispanic citizens academies that I'm finding out, because I've called several different locations in Southern Arizona thinking they might have it, and they don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're groundbreaking up here.
I think so.
Like we normally do.
Appreciate it. Leading from the front. We love that. We only have a couple minutes left. Let's talk a little bit about recruiting for police officers. And the public should know that our organization is not just about police officers that we recruit for. There's also other professional staff members, evidence, crime prevention, records, a lot of other areas that we can recruit for in our organization. Can you talk a little bit about what you do in there as far as hiring and backgrounds and where we're at in that area?
Well, let's start out with police officers. What we do with police officer training, we're going to have an open house on March 1st. It will be here at the Police Department Training Room, and it will be from 5:30 till about 6:30, 5 o'clock to 6:30. And we want people who are interested in the police department to come. For example, we have an opening right now for an evidence technician, and we're going to be recruiting for an evidence technician, so it's not just for police officers, but that's the main thrust of our open house, is to talk to people who are interested in being a police officer. So we have open house, then the following Saturday we'll have testing, which includes a physical test. You got to run a mile and a half at 5,100 feet.
Got to be in shape for this job.
You have to be in shape. You got to do sit-ups, push-ups. So you got to be in shape for that. You get past that, then we're clear sailing. Just got to do some other things for us. But we have emphasized, we reach out normally to the local community, and we love local applicants because they're easy to vet.
Yeah, don't have to go too far.
Yeah, don't have to go far, and like me, huh, Traces?
Right.
But we recruit locally, but we also recruit nationwide. We just had an officer last year come from Hawaii, another officer who had immigrated to the United States from South Africa, who became a U.S. citizen. We just hired him. Have great rapport with all of our new staff. So we're not just limited here. We're currently reaching out to the U.S. Army Reserve. They have people that have gone through their Army Reserve training but are now looking for a career. They're still doing the weekend things and the summer jobs, but we'd like to see what they have to offer us because they want to work with us to find a career for their reservists. We're also doing the Transition Assistance Program. We've been talking with the military about that. That is for those individuals who are releasing their end of active duty and they're coming out to looking for a career. So we're reaching out to the Transition Assistance Program. Gosh, what else, Tracy? We've just been busier and all get out looking at
Yeah, we have
different
a career,
avenues.
we do job and career fairs. We have one this Friday at the VA at Building 15 in Prescott, and we have one 2 weeks later at NAU. So we have a lot of things on the calendar.
A lot. NAU, we do them down in the Phoenix area. We've been working with the Arizona Justice Educators Association that has connections with a lot of schools in the area to bring us good, viable candidates. We're even going over to the Arizona Agricultural and Equine High School across the street
Yeah.
for their little career day job fair. So
great.
we'll be there. So we're
You're
doing it
over the
all.
place. You're all over the place. So, wow, you both and your teammates do so much for the department, so much for the community. We're pretty much out of time. I think we're going to have to bring you back in the future to talk a little bit more about some of these specific programs.
Absolutely.
But really what I would like to do is just end with setting up a video that's going to be shown right after this interview here, this Chiefs Chat. And it's our first recruiting video. It's about a minute long, so if you just stay tuned for a second, watch our video that just went out and is going to be on social media, or it is out, it's on YouTube, it's out, showcasing the great men and women that work for this organization and who we want to see coming into our diverse organization. So stay tuned, and there'll be information on there on recruiting and how to apply for these great positions in our police department. So until next month when we catch up with another Chiefs Chat, be safe out there, make sure you buckle up, take care of each other, and be safe. Thanks, everybody.